Namaste programs. Welcome back to whatever this is, wherever we are. We're at 105. Let's keep going. Let's wait till we hear our voice on the replay. Okay, I thought I was robotic, but I'm not. Okay, we're good. Where are we? What's my first guess? What's Chat's first guess? I don't have a first guess. I don't know. I think the yellow lines mean something, but I don't remember. I want to say maybe South Africa somewhere, but sun's in a weird spot. Can't really tell. We've got a water tank. Oh yes, this is a very obvious water tank from this part of the world. I don't know which part of the world it is though. It's a glass mar. Dude, there's a person there. Okay, alright. Alright, I want to say he looks... either African or Southeast Asian or Hispanic. I know I'm not I'm just hedging my bets there. I'm not sure exactly. Let's just go not pasty white. Yeah, I'm thinking Indonesia or something like that. We've got... Is that a dog or is that a pig? I think it's a dog. Oh, that's a goat. Maybe it's a goat. Alright, Casa, so alright, maybe it is Hispanic. Casa does something or other. Alright. Of course it's Spanish, just as I decided it was Southeast Asia. So we're somewhere in... I've had it before where the camera was tilting back and forth like this. Where was that, I wonder? We're somewhere in South America, I guess, is what you're trying to tell me. Let's see the number plates on the side, if any. There aren't any, so probably not Colombia. Oh, should I know red number plates? I don't. I don't know red number plates. I can't read what's on his truck exactly. Alright, well, we'll keep going. Next truck. Pocos artesanos. Alright, well, it's, you know, it's a It's a for one and for all, Fix that up. Let's keep going. Where are we headed? We're heading north, almost directly north. Not quite, but pretty close to it. We'll find something. We'll find something. We found some emaciated cows. Which is, you know, it wasn't, what was I was listening to something. It might have been a podcast or something. That's how cows are meant to look like. The cows that we recognize are way too fat. They have been well overfed. You know, for eating purposes and milking purposes, but yeah. That's what a cow looks like. That's what a normal, healthy cow looks like. We have had one piece of writing, and it was on the side of a wall that wasn't particularly visible. And that's about it. Let's hope that there's some kind of road sign eventually. Again, looking pretty tanned there, my friend. None of these things are helping. Can't really tell what language it is. Here's another truck. Another truck that's telling us nothing. He's blurred out, of course. Useless fucker. Figure out what the grandmother is crying about. Well, crying in the French word, as in shouting. Crier. Here we go, an actual bit of writing. Bar o Wilton. Provadaro Yora Informa. Grandmother's singing. Fair enough. It's just some singing. Move e l'oxero domestico. Uniao. Now I thought it was Spanish before because we saw a D, but we couldn't really read it, so maybe it was a DO. Is this Brazil? Black on the back of the signs. That's a Brazil sign, is it not? Casa Nova. Again, I think Casa is Brazilian, is Portuguese as well, right? As well as Spanish and Italian and every other bloody language. Club Trois Hermanos. That sounds more like Spanish now. We need more signs. We need more evidence. I think we can safely say it's not San Marino. It is also not anywhere near civilization. Not a sign, thought it was. Here's another cow thing. Meh, meh, meh. Alright, enough chatting, cow. Cows everywhere. You're in front of the sign, cow, move. Alright, ayo, posto salameo. Alright, maybe it is Portuguese. That definitely looks Portuguese. Black signs, so that's a couple of hints that we're in Brazil. Can we get any kind of clue as to where in Brazil we actually are, though? That would be nice. It's not really enough. I mean, there's not much of a game, really, if you're just picking the country based on a couple of little clues. You've got to have a look around. You've got to have at least some sort of, oh, we're up here, maybe we're in this town. If only just to look around. If only just to have a, you know, a nice bit of touristic, virtual touristic excitement. A bit of a holiday. More AOs. Oh, and a dough. Okay, definitely Portuguese. Definitely not Portugal. So I'd be confident to pick Brazil now. But, you know, how many roads in Brazil go straight north? Not that many. Oh, actually, we've already turned. We've already turned west, so yeah, it's not straight north anyway. Just one street sign, one small town, just anything. Oh, well, okay. I've got my wish for a small town. Just one small town that actually has some writing. 1966 Club Mariera, Palmiera. Where's the palm tree? If you're going to call yourself Palm Club, you better have a palm tree. There's no palm tree. Guys. You named your club after a palm tree that was presumably sitting here once, and then you cut it down? Or maybe that's where the palm tree was. No, it got felled. UK Oscar Costa. More roaming farm animals. Goats this time. That must be cool. You know, we joke around with our friends from overseas in Australia that we have kangaroos running down the main streets and things, but it's just not true. I've never lived anywhere that has animals just roaming around. That would be nice. It would be nice to have animals just roaming around, you know? Let's see, what have we got on here? Parialba. Acceso em quelaga lugar. I wonder what that is. Is it a kind of beer? Is it a kind of sugar? Is it a kind of something else? What? pray tell, is it? This was... Oh, no. So over here, this is... Look how different it is. We've got signs here. We've got signs there. We've got a fence around it. And then we come over here. Oh, the fence is still there. That sign's still there, but this sign's gone. Crazy. Crazy how things change. Oh, is this actual road signs? Nice. Benvenido a Novo Nilo. Banco de Nordeste. So are we in the northeast then? Somewhere in Novo Nilo. Can we find Novo Nilo? Governo do Estado? Is that one of these states? Doesn't seem like it. I'm just going to hit Brazil. We were in the northeast. We weren't far from where I was looking. Wouldn't have found anything there. We can't even see the town we were just in. Novo something. Well, there you go. There it is. That's 106. Sun's in the north. My first guess would be... I'm going to go with New Zealand. Don't know actually if that's the case though. It does sort of look Aussie, New Zealand-ish as opposed, but then again so does South Africa when it comes down to it. So we need to be careful here. I've definitely mistaken South Africa for Australia before. That's not helping. Infinity Court. Well, I don't know that it goes off into infinity, but you know. Have I been here before? I feel like I've been here before. Been here... Oh, I don't remember those names, but I've definitely been here somewhere similar. Which way is going to take me to civilization and away from this pristine, prim and proper bunch of houses? Oh, looks like Australia actually. Those are Australian keep left signs. Loki Road. You know, we're not getting any Maori names on the signs and things, so that's not a sign I can read. Can we get to this? No, we've moved into a different time and the real estate sign is gone. Beware of our children, please drive slowly. Again, these all look like Australian signs for me. There was a flag? You lie. Where? Need more information than there was a flag. Oh, we've got a sign on the thing I didn't see before. UCIT Realty. And phone number would be good because then it'd be very easy to tell if I'm in Australia or not. Koalas. Koalas. I don't think they have koalas in New Zealand or South Africa. Although these days they've probably got more... Way back, you say. Well, was it very clearly... Ivalu, how's it going? Good, mate. Good. Hope you're going well. Our chat the other day put me in the mood to... I tried to do the pinpoint in Greenland. So I've now had a good look at your country. And wow. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen pictures of Greenland before. What a spectacular place to live. And all the shipping containers in all the small little towns. Wow. I'm like, why doesn't every movie where human beings are settling on a foreign planet look like this? Because I'm like, this is exactly what it would look like if you were colonizing a different planet, you know? You'd have shipping containers everywhere. You'd have sort of prefabricated houses. Where are we? Coomera Waters. Where's Coomera? I'll tell you what, I think I got 10,000 on my score. I couldn't figure out where I was for the first one. And then I got a couple very close because the towns are very small. But trying to find a name of the town on there's not many signs. No one has any street signs. Looks like a cool place. Let me tell you. I might, I'd love to go visit there one day. Well, we're definitely Australia, but can we figure out where? Yeah, that's the problem with these rural towns as well. No, I didn't have Nook. What did I have? Let's see. I was... there was one called... started with... It had an airport that had a different name to what the actual town on here was. It started with an S, I think. It might have... no, it wasn't that. No, it was Sissimut. So I had Sissimut, and all the way along here is the airport, but that's not what it said on the airport. And I went all through here, and there wasn't a single sign. I went all through here. Whatever was on the airport actually also was in the town, but I couldn't find it. Eventually, it turns out I was there. I was also in... oh, the Nook does ring a bell, actually, just from where it was. No, I don't... oh, maybe. Maybe. I do remember zooming in and going, oh, if I'd only gone up that road, I would have seen an airport, but... yeah, maybe I had Nook. Not sure. There was another one... I had Quakwok. Quakurtok. Wouldn't even know how to say it. I had Quator... that was really nice. That was a cute little town. And then another one I forget now. I might have even been over on the... I didn't even look over... I knew that there was very little over here, but we may have even had one thing over here. No, that's not even... hasn't even got any roads. Right. So... I mean, I guess once you get used to the Greenland GeoGuessr map, you'd probably always know where you were. You could probably always get it, because there's only so many things recorded. Anyway, God, it looked beautiful. What a spectacular place to live. Yeah, that other side. Well, I couldn't, like, right there, I couldn't even see any. It's like, can we find any roads? Is there, whatever that is, no roads? Here we go. This one's got this is sort of a town. It's got a church, a football field. Awesome. Not much over on the eastern coast, is there? Anyway, fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you for giving me the idea of having a look around Greenland. Oh, I thought we might be on the Gold Coast, so we're in Coomera Waters on the Gold Coast. How close can we get? Can I even find Coomera Waters? Because it looks to me like it's just one of these newer... Oh, there's Coomera Island. So yeah, what are they calling Coomera Waters then, I'm assuming they already had Coomera, and then some other rich people decided they wanted to make some houses over here, and they called themselves Coomera Waters instead. Let's just go here somewhere. No, I was doing that just during the day, yeah, I mean, we're doing streaks at the moment, but once we're, I'm hoping now we'll get some Greenland on the streaks at least once. But yeah, I was just looking at it for my own personal satisfaction, curiosity, but definitely. Oh, it isn't on the streets. Oh, well, I guess it would be too easy. There would be a waste of time. You would always know where you were, right? Trying to pinpoint on Greenland's hard, but knowing what country it is would be almost immediately obvious, because it's all just water, a couple of roads, a few colourful houses, and shipping containers. Alright, well, that's where we were, Coomera Waters. Probably doesn't even exist as a city yet. They're just calling themselves that because they're brand new. Yes, I saw there was a nice supermarket, which I assume was a... Let's just get up Google Street View. Let's just take a pause from this. If I can... Let's see, find a web thing. Let's go maps.google. Bring that over here. Let's go to... Hang on a second. Give me a second. Oh, I got rid of it, did I? Alright, okay, fine. Alright, well, we'll just go press this button then. Let's go. No thanks. To give away where we live. Let's go have a look at Greenland. Where was I? So I was in... I'll come and have a look at Nook in a minute. I want to go back to Kortok, I think it was. And I started over here somewhere. Was it Brugseni is the shopping market? Yeah, this is where I was. Look at it. It's just... Wow. I love how every, random... I'm sitting there going, this is obviously a Danish supermarket chain that's up here. We've got all these people, amazing. Look at this view. And I guess, in the middle of summer, it's just constantly sunny, right? It never goes dark. This could be the middle of the night for all I know. Oh, it's actually Greenland shop. There you go. I just assumed it was Danish, but yeah, I'm making assumptions that aren't true. Maybe you can tell me what this car's all about, because there's a car hanging out of the door there, which I thought was pretty funny. You've got this guy advertising Tuborg, which, I don't know. Is he the mayor or something? Strange choice of model. What was this? This is how I found it, actually. I found it by this sign right here. Kwa Kortok. And these, oh wow, these little, okay. Oh, so it's not 24/7 at least. At least you get a couple of hours of darkness. Tuborg is beer. I thought it might be, because that looked sort of like a bar, but then I couldn't really, here we go. Shipping container. If I go back to where I had started on that round, I think it was down there somewhere. There was just a whole port full of shipping containers. It didn't seem to matter where I went. I kind of wonder whether everything's made out of shipping containers. It sort of looks like that way. It's just, it looks like a colony on another planet, that they've had to build using prefabs, and it's just great. Little boat sitting in front someone's front yard. Anyway, that was Quokka Talk that I saw. What was the others that I saw? Let me go have a look at Nook. Or if I'm mispronouncing that. Would I have been able to find my... Look at this. Shipping containers. Shipping containers. Well, what I think I have learnt, and you can probably correct me on this, the towns aren't connected, right? You either have to catch a boat or a plane or a helicopter, I guess. There's no roads. There's no roads out of these towns. They're all little self-contained... that to me is just cool as well. I just love the idea that you're in this little town, and if you wanted to go to the next town, it's like, well, either hire a boat or get on a helicopter. It's, you're not going to be able to drive there. Just the, different way people live is just amazing to me. And yet, it's exactly the same. You have the same kind of people. I don't know if you've got a McDonald's on the island anywhere, but if you did, and if you went into the McDonald's, you'd see the same people that you'll see in a McDonald's in Australia or France or China or South Africa, any kind of restaurant, fast food restaurant, family restaurant kind of thing. You'll have the teenagers off in a corner having a ruckus playing with their phones. You'll have some family where the parents look like they haven't had any sleep and they've got some young children and an old grandma, helping out. That's been my experience of traveling the world. Not that I've traveled much of the world, but what I have seen of the world, everyone's basically the same. Our differences, I forget who said it, but someone said our similarities are far, far greater than our differences, and yet all we do is complain about our differences in this world, and it's total bullshit. Just spend 10 minutes in any city on anywhere on the planet, and you'll see the same kind of... There'll be hairdressers, there'll be butchers, there'll be, people in suits, there'll be, white-collar workers, there'll be workmen with their, ass cracks hanging out trying to fix a pipe on a building site. It's like, exactly the same shit everywhere. And, you know, you turn on the news, it's like, this person hates that person, or how did this person do that, or why should anyone care about this? And it's like, get out and see the world and tell me that there's actually problems between human beings. It's total bullshit. Total bullshit. We can all get along. It's just like a small group of people on the planet that are just always angry at something and want everyone else to know it. You know? I can't imagine you guys get up to many sort of, you know, do you have wars in Greenland? You know, do the Nook, you know, do you have a Nook golf thing where the other people come and visit and everyone's like, oh, they're those people from Atang Mik? And I bet not. I bet everyone's so happy to see someone else from somewhere else that you very rarely get into trouble like that. Then again, I'm sure you have friendly rivalries between some of the towns. Again, human beings. It'll happen. It'll happen. Beautiful, beautiful place. Very glad I had a look at that. Let's get back to our streaks. Here's a place that's not quite as pretty as Greenland, but hey, probably just as good to visit. Where is it is the real question. Is that... I don't know. Is that... I don't know what language that is. Hungarian? I don't really recognize... Why can't I go forward? Please let me go forward. I can't go forward. Okay, so the east and the west have a bit of a thing. Well, look, I grew up in Sydney. Sydney's not a very big city in the scheme of big cities in the world, but it is a big city in Australia. And yeah, there's a river and a harbour that separates the north side of the city and the south side. And you know, the north side of the city, they were basically a completely different species as far as I was concerned. Don't think. Let's see. Could be. No, I think we're in a car. Ooh, or maybe a bike. Quite small. And Cancellerie Tenamora. Okay. Oh no, also it's Spanish on that sign. This sign over here was not Spanish. Oh, it might be Madagascar. That's not French though. Oh, that does say Madagascar. It must be some Pidgin French then, because that's not French. Neither's this, to be honest. Cancellerie is French. Let's see. I did say Madagascar on that sign. Alright, could we be in Madagascar? Well, good guess, Ivalu. Good guess. We've got little tuk-tuks and things. No, definitely. I'm having a look around. That's why I'm not moving too fast. I want to see what's here. Micro Creole? Creole in French, I believe, means pigeon or something like that. You know, Creole in is New Orleans and all that. I think the language is called Creole because it actually means pigeon. Like in English we call it pigeon, where it's a mixture of English and native language. Transfert d'argent. Yeah, what does... This is the Société Générale for BFV. Yeah, that's all French, yeah. We've got weird combos of languages here. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to go down these side streets. Nope, we're stuck on this one street. We're following these tuk-tuks. Or whatever they're called. Learned something about them the other day as well. Your nous c'est pièce. Madagascar's its own country, is it? Or is it part of France? It's its own country. Okay, so I've got to be careful here. Try and figure out where exactly we are. Do you think that might have been before the sun hit it for 200 years, the Madagascan flag? I mean, there's a bit of white and red and green. Malagasy. Okay, I don't know anything about Madagascar, names of towns or anything like that, so let's see. The main... Let's see if we can see any of this writing. So something banana. Baiboli Malagasy, Depo Toliara. Toliara, there it is. There you go. So this is the something banana, something of the people's depot in the Toliara depot. Alright, what's our street going? Okay, we're going west to east, so most of the streets are doing that, so... Can we find... We saw a Cancillery, but I don't know if it was du Marché. Can we find a Fayambi banana? Alliance Française, we've got a few of those in Sydney and Brisbane and whatnot. I used to go to the Alliance Française for French people to go visit. Let's see if we can find a sign. Ah, Malagasy means from Madagascar. Well, there you go. Let's keep having a look around to see what we've got. We've got... Let's have a look at number plates as well, just for, you know, future reference, because it's fairly new to have Madagascar in, right? Did I say Madagascar? Madagascar. Okay, they've got small white number plates on the front. Everything's obviously looking very African, and or I would imagine Indian. Oh, we've got a museum here. No, can't see what it's a museum of. I can't go this way. Can we... I did see... Museums should show up as... There we go. So could we be... If we're facing west, could we have just come up here? I didn't see... Oh, that might have been the big road we was first on. We might have started here. Just museum. It's the museum. Alright, excellent. Well, still haven't got Vietnam, which is... I really want to see Vietnam, because... Well, I've had... Being half French, I've had family who used to live in Vietnam. Don't know if that's a good thing to admit or not these days. But yeah, I've heard a lot about Vietnam. I love Vietnamese food. I've just spent my whole life eating Vietnamese food. So let's see. This is a Salon de Terre. What museum that would be there? Oh, I don't know, because they were French colonists. You know, I've read the history of Vietnam. You know, the French weren't particularly, how should we say it, gracious hosts in Vietnam, you know. It's a little bit like, no, hey, it is what it is, I suppose. The French left, and that, to their credit, when the Vietnamese basically asked them to, and they lost a couple of wars. No, the French weren't in Madagascar or Réunion, I'm sure. All the colonial powers were just arseholes, if you want my opinion. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. I was watching some British comedy show, one of those panel shows like QI or something, and they're basically picking on some German comedian because of the war. And, you know, and fair enough, why not? And then I thought, surely the answer to that is just to mention the number of deaths that must have occurred due to British colonialism. I mean, they took whole sections of India and moved them to, you know, not Madagascar, Mauritius and Fiji and Réunion and things like that. It's like, there must have been millions upon billions of Indian people who were killed by the British, and yet they have the gall to say that the Germans should be held responsible to this day for the Second World War. That's the Madagascan flag, so in case it wasn't abundantly clear, we're definitely in Madagascar. This guy's wearing Madagascan colours as well. Maybe the Madagascan soccer team. Cyber cafe. Yet again, a cyber cafe that has no URL on it. Yeah, I think so. I think that's exactly what's going on. This is for tourists. His job is to need taxis. This is the taxis for the island, I would imagine. That's what it is in Vietnam and Thailand and wherever else you see these tuk-tuks, whatever you call them. We might, I mean, we're not seeing anyone actually being taxied around. Epigargot. All right, this is. Oh, there we go. More Madagascar proof. So it's going to be difficult not to figure out Madagascar. They've got very, what would you call this architectural style? The British invented the gas. Well, I watched a documentary on Hitler, you know, fucking 20 years ago now or whatever, and something I didn't know, which they don't teach in schools, is he thought the British were going to help him. He thought that he'd had conversations with the British Prime Minister that basically they were in complete agreement that they should take over Europe. And when Britain didn't get involved, he was like, hang on, you bastards, you said you're on our side. And it was because the British were exactly the... You know, they don't talk about this, but the reason one of the reasons America was late to get into the war is because they were basically sympathetic to the Germans getting rid of the Jewish people as well. So they don't talk about all that shit now, but, you know, as much as you want to pick on the Nazis and whatnot, who were evil, they weren't that much more evil than a lot of the other people who were around that time. The views of the people at the turn of the last century would just be you'd just shoot them on sight now. I mean, it's hard to believe people ever thought that way, you know? We've come a long way. We have come a long way. It was a long time ago, and I think, you know, as much as we like to pretend that the world's a terrible place now, it is much, much better than it was. We've definitely better human beings than we used to be. We've got a long way to go, but candy store. Let's enjoy. Let's turn off the. That reminds me, I need to have a scene for ranting. I was going to put myself on a soapbox and, you know, let's turn the rant button off and enjoy our time here visiting Madagascar. It's not as bad as I would have thought it would be. It's pretty good. This isn't quite, you know, the backwaters of Ghana or Uganda or anything, but we've got some mosques. So that's I've already seen a couple of signs that they're quite Muslim here. I didn't know Madagascar was Muslim, but there you go. I don't know if it should be left in the history books. I think that one of the big issues that people have, especially now, is they think, well, it happened before, it can't happen again. You know, there were people who are saying, well, how dare you say anything against Trump or whatever, or call him a Nazi or whatever. And it's like, well, hang on, you do need to learn from history. Yeah, okay. Well, this isn't, what is the capital? This is a fairly big town. Quite a lot of towns. I didn't realize Madagascar was quite so. And I don't even know how to say it. Antananarivo. Antananarivo. All right, let's have another quick look. Just have another quick squiz. See if we can see anything really exciting or something that's going to help us recognize Madagascar in the future. I imagine these, I don't know whatever trees these are, but they might be fairly native to the area. We've got Chinese panda restaurant serving fresh panda. To be honest, until recently, I didn't realize Madagascar was this big. I thought it was just one of these tiny little islands like the Seychelles and whatnot, but, you know, for some reason I'd never really noticed how big it is. And B, even so, I didn't realize there was so many towns on it. So, yeah, there's probably a lot more to Madagascar than I know. But certainly, obviously, the animals are famous for being different to the rest of the world because of Darwin coming here and studying whatever the fuck he studied, turtles and pecans and dodos. Was Madagascar dodos? Did they eat all the dodos here? I think they ate all the turtles. Well, the people here didn't. The English people came and stole all the turtles, and apparently they were so tasty that they never made it back to England. Everyone ate them on the boats, which is just how now imagine hearing that story and going, okay, this time I'm not going to eat the turtle. You'd go, but hang on, how is it that whole boatloads of turtles got eaten and no one could stop themselves? It must taste really good. I'm gonna have to taste the turtle. And then bang, suddenly, even though you vowed not to eat the turtle, you've eaten the turtle. That's how tasty they were, apparently. Didn't eat the dodos? They probably, well, at least if they had eaten the dodos, it would have been okay. If they're just killing them to put their fucking beak on a wall somewhere, that's even worse. Precious stones of Madagascar. Excellent. Got some conflict diamond sales going on here. Alright, I think I've seen enough of Madagascar for now. Let's hope we get it again. Let's hope we get Antananarivo so we can see the difference between some of the, let's call this a third world town. Not even, almost second world. It's pretty built up. It's quite clean. There's no, it's not like, you know, it's paved roads. It's not, it's bitumen. It's not concrete or anything. There's no markings on the roads. Oh, good point. Hang on. They drive on the right, it seems. Which makes sense. They should drive on the right. No, they look pretty healthy here, don't they? Look pretty happy. It looks, from what I've heard, this part of the world, Réunion, Mauritius, Seychelles, and presumably Madagascar, 21 degrees all year round. The perfect temperature. So, yeah. These places are basically paradise from a climate point of view. I think it's the same. I bet it's basically on par with Brisbane, Sydney, yeah. And then if you go to the other side, this line here is the perfect temperature thing. You know, Florida, the Mediterranean. 21 degrees is way too hot. Well, it would be for you, mate, but for me, that's perfect. Mate, we have 40 degrees in Sydney and France, where I am, south of France. You keep your house at 8. Well, yesterday I thought it was cold. It was 8 degrees outside. I mean, I don't mind that. That's not cold. It's not freezing, but there you go. You get used to different things. I assume you're talking Celsius. Well, 8 degrees Fahrenheit would be, you'd be dead, right? I don't really know. It's nice little market going on here. All right, let's hope it's Madagascar. Have I actually clicked away? I haven't. Make sure we're still on Madagascar. That was awesome. That was awesome. First time I've had Madagascar. So now I've had San Marino yesterday, and now I know what that looks like, and didn't even know it was its own country. And now we've had Madagascar. I want Vietnam. All right, yellow number plates. So we're Netherlands or Luxembourg, I think, or Ireland. But I don't think we're in Ireland. Oh, we could be. Right. Yeah, 8F is around -13. It's so warm. I think the coldest I've ever been was on a mountain in the French Alps during a blizzard, and it was -20 Celsius. It wasn't even, that was just the wind chill was -20. So I think it was actually -7 or something like that. Coldest I've ever been. Probably one of my most favorite memories, because I was just rugged up in everything I had. We had to ski down this mountain. I was still a beginner. I was learning how to ski. And wow, I got to the bottom of that and got into the warmth of the chalet at the bottom, the restaurant. You know, had a couple of beers, had a lasagna. That felt great. Just the idea that a human being can survive that. My sister came in. She had long hair at the time that was completely frozen through. It was frozen through. It was hilarious. And yet you probably do that just, you know, going out to take your bin out. Your bin, which is presumably a shipping container. Yeah, people were different. I was reading an article on Quora about what people would find different about Russia, for example. And the guy who answered said, well, we actually don't like cold that much because it's so cold that we always have really warm houses and the shops are really warm and we get lots of clothes on when we go to move from the shops to the houses and things like that. And so, you know, if you were then to go to Florida and then just try and go outside, that would actually be cold for a Russian person because they're used to actually being really hot. I imagine that's the same for you. Although if you're keeping your house at 8 degrees, that's pretty cool. Can't read this sign. Okay, well that's in Dutch or German, so again, probably Netherlands, although it's not particularly flat. Would it be Luxembourg? I'm gonna go with Luxembourg next. Well, I'm glad you keep it at 8, because I actually hate it here. In winter here, even in the south of France, you go into a shop and it must be 55 degrees Celsius. They've just got every heater on, the fire burning, they've got flamethrowers, they're burning napalm. And it's like, why? It's not that cold. It's 15 degrees outside. You don't need to do this. Can we get anything from this sign? Center something. Metz? Metz? Could we really be in... Oh, well, look, that's a Belgian number plate. With the white and red, I think. Where's Metz? Is it close to Luxembourg? Does Belgium have yellow number plates? I don't think so. True, nothing beats a fire. Yeah, we used to have a fire here, but... And I love open fires, but yeah, the world, the lungs have certainly been happier without the without the fires. In my lifetime, we've gone from everyone smoking and houses and bars and things full of smoke, and now everything's not so much like that. It's amazing the difference that has on your lungs. Except we didn't know back then. You do need good ventilation, but even, well, I don't know what the word is, sensitive lungs, I guess. I used to smoke. I used to not care about all that stuff, but now that I don't, and I haven't been around fires too much, even if I go outside now and there's people burning fires, I'm like, yeah, I love it. I love that smell. It's so beautiful. But yeah, I'm glad I'm having to wear a mask these days because that just helps instead of having to cough all the time. Alright, so these yellow number plates and the hills make me think Luxembourg, but I'm not really sure about Belgium and what number plates it has. So let's have a look around. We've actually gone out of this little town, so I want to go back into the little town. Wilts. Commune d'Europe. Yeah, well, we're in Europe. Wilts. There it is. There's Wilts. I was going to say, surely we can find it if it's Luxembourg. Why was there a sign for Metz, Austria, though? Alright, so if this is Wilts, and we're coming in now from the northwest, we're heading into from the southeast. What road would we be on? This one? Don't know. Yeah, I'll bet. You're on the top of the world there. It's probably pristine air. Absolute pristine. Right, so we're actually coming in southwest-ish. So probably more up here then. Or here even. I don't know how to describe. The weirdest thing for COVID was when France first locked down. Everything locked down back in March last year, over a year ago now. After a couple of days, I was out on the balcony. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know it was that polluted here. Now that there's no pollution, it was beautiful. We live on the sea here. You could smell the sea. You could smell the trees. It was just like, this is what the planet Earth is meant to smell like. And, you know, and there's not even that many factories around here. There is a big town nearby, but... Little scary? Nah. You can survive anywhere, mate. You'd be surprised how adaptable the human humans are. Well, at least, you know, I am. I adapt to things really quickly. And if you're excited to see other parts of the world, you know, like in GeoGuessr, then hey, that's mad fun. You know, that doesn't mean you won't get homesick. You will. Especially if you come from somewhere as pure and pristine as Greenland. Alright, I think we're probably up here somewhere. Can we find like a building or something to double check? Not really. Is that it's not even really a church. So can we find this little... We were coming in this way. I think we're probably here somewhere. Let's see. They were down there. Oh, well, that's where we started though. Yeah, we have moved on a bit, I guess. I thought we might be up here. Alright, okay. Oh, well, that can be tricky. Road rules definitely can be tricky. For me, it wasn't so hard. The basic French road rules are the same as the basic Australian road rules. There's not much difference. What you will find... Alright, I'm me. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. Bonne nuit. What was I saying? What you will find, and I find it, even the difference between the number of people on the roads in Sydney and anywhere in France is just astronomically different. There is no one on the roads in Sydney, even though for me Sydney's a really busy town compared to most of Australia. Nothing compares to the roads in Europe, and I don't generally drive around here because yeah, it's nuts. There's just cars everywhere. But I think you'll find there might be rules, but no one really follows them around here. Just sort of send your car and just try to avoid everyone. That seems to be the only rule. Taxes and things like that, yeah, that's always hard. I don't know, especially if you don't speak the language. I don't know how you get around that. Hopefully someone can help you. I guess, you know, if you want to be on top of it all, it's really tricky. But you know, if you're doing something wrong, like you don't send in the right form or something, they will send you a letter saying send in the right form. So that tends to be how things go bureaucratically around the world, you know. You sort of sit there going, oh no, the government's going to deport me or something because I haven't filled out the right form or whatever, but no, bureaucracies don't work that way. Bureaucracies go, oh, he hasn't sent us the form, send them a letter to get him to send us the form. Oh, he still hasn't done, send a second letter, send a third letter, you know, then maybe they'll try and deport you, I don't know, but it takes a while. So it's difficult to fuck up, I think, you know. Just don't drive dangerously. Yeah, well, I'd be lying if I said they don't drive dangerously around here, although they're much better than they used to be. I think maybe they've started cracking down on bad driving in this part of the world, but, you know, 10, 20 years ago, there was no road rules. You just, you know, you just avoided people. If someone did something crazy, you just went around them, or you were just ready to press on the brakes. And people will do the strangest things. But once you realize that, and it's up to you to just stay alert, then yeah, you kind of end up being a better driver for it. Let's head down this way. It looks like a big town. Looking very South American to me. It's never been a car crash. Wow. Wow, well, that's great. That's great news, but yeah, that's not the case anywhere else in the world. There's a flag. It's an Argentinian flag. Let's keep having a look around just in case this is the Argentinian embassy in Peru or something like that. What else do we need? What else tells us it's Argentina? I can't see the car. The car would be black, I think, but maybe that's just in the cities. That's in the out of the cities. That sounds awesome. I did see a lot of people in the street view with backpacks and things, you know, like, so I assume there's a lot of tourism of people just visiting Greenland because, I mean, it is kind of out there. It's a completely different place to go than anywhere else. Why would Argentinian town have a sign for Brazil? Alt, how you doing, mate? How's your streak going? We're at 109 here on the chat. Plays GeoGuessr. We had Madagascar before, which we've never had before. Yeah, true. True, Ivalu. I realized that as I said it. So does that mean we're over here somewhere, maybe? It was more, why are they doing this to me? Maybe when in Brazil, or maybe we're close to the border, and I've got to be really careful about where we actually started. Oh, okay, so that's just normal in Greenland, that everyone's... Well, there's no cars, so you walk everywhere. I think I'd like Greenland. I think I'd like Greenland. You have to walk everywhere. Wow. True, true. Again, it wasn't so much, why is that sign? It was more like, why is this game telling me the name Brazil just to, you know, keep me on my toes? You know, I like the ones where we're clearly in the center of the country. Oh, you lost yesterday. No way. Yeah, that's no good. Well, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, hey, I'm sorry to hear that. 126. All right, all right. And you're already back up to 50. There you go. Like nothing ever happened. So what tripped you up? What can you teach us that so that we don't make the same mistakes? Cannot find any evidence of what town we're in, but I'm pretty sure we're in Argentina, like 99% sure. I would love to know where though. There's not much point just playing this as a figure out. Well, not speed running it is basically what I'm trying to say. I should have a good memory? Well, I don't. I'm a 44-year-old alcoholic. I've never had a good memory, so... Yeah, I should have a good memory, but I sure don't. I'm good at first principles. Because I don't have a good memory... Oh yeah, no, well that's... That kind of thing I'm definitely not going to remember. That's going to take me ages to stick in. It's like, oh, the light poles are this, and the street signs are that, and... I don't know why that kind of thing just doesn't stick in my head. And also, I don't really look for that kind of stuff. I like the clues that are, you know, on a sign, or you figure out that it's the mayor of this, or... Don't know why I like that, but I do. We've got the black car. I do remember that it's Argentina. But again, that's why I like to try and figure out where we are. Almost play it like it's a distance game. Because, you know, just picking the country, you can most of the time do that just looking at the Google cart. Well, not most of the time. Santa Fe, maybe. Although that's, you know, Santa Fe is Saint... Oh, there it is, Santa Fe. Are we here? Oh, I think we're about there. No, we weren't. We were all the way down here, nowhere near Brazil. Again, we had a sign for... It must have been Brazil Street. It didn't look like a road sign, it looked like a street sign. Even though that was something Santa Fe, we were here. Luckily it was the right country. That's 110. Keep going. Let's keep going. Alright. My first guess. And what's your first guess, chat? My first guess is Netherlands. Oh, interesting guess. If given I'm Australian and I didn't guess Aussie, that's probably a good hint that I'm pretty sure it isn't. Plus we've got the Euro number plates. Not to say that you don't find number plates that you can actually... I know in New South Wales, where I'm from, you can actually order number plates that look like European number plates, but no one does, so... The little blue sign with the white... Well, this one's ever so slight blue. But it's not that one I looked at, it was this one here I looked at, looked really blue. That looks like a a blue line. Not a very thick blue line, so whatever that means. Oh, I think we might be in Ireland. No, we're driving on the right. Would be Netherlands, yeah. But this truck's all in English. And it has a leprechaun on it. Okay, that's the kind of clues they do, but the back of this one's yellow. Oh, that might just be some writing there, actually. No, that's the number plate there. No, this is Ireland, I think. This is the kind of clue I like. I don't like light bulbs and bollards and things. I like a leprechaun being on a truck. Come on, where else is there going to be a leprechaun on a truck except for Ireland? It's wee bunny Ireland. And that's, yeah, that's my favorite one. That there was just, this was in a battle royale. It was like it was straight on here. There was a truck here, and I couldn't see anything other than the houses, maybe a tree or something. I didn't look around yet, but there was a truck that just said Steve's Junk. That was the name of this dude's company. Presumably he's a junk hauler or a trash hauler or something. And I'm like, only in Australia would someone call their business Steve's Junk. Ireland is part of the European Union, which is why they're, you know, the north and south of Ireland are having issues right now with Brexit. Because what do you do with the border there? Ireland, this part is part of the EU, and this part is part of the UK, and is now no longer part of the EU. So this border here is an issue for all of them. Which surely the answer is, despite your differences here, just make this Ireland and fuck these fuckers off. Ah, you see, you went the other way. You went the, no, fuck the United Kingdom. I'm from Australia, so anything the United Kingdom does is just going to be wrong. So, and I have a lot of Irish friends. But yeah, I think it's time. I know historically Ireland and Northern Ireland have very horrid history. Very nasty history with each other, bombing each other and whatnot. But yeah, I think if anything can bring the Irish unification to happen, it's hatred of United Kingdom and the dumbass decision to break out of Europe. For whatever reason. I don't even know what the reasons were. Because there were black people coming or something. I don't know. But yeah, pick one. As you say, pick one. Alright. What other evidence do we need? We're in Ireland. If we can get to a main road, or a fairly big road, it should be yellow markings on the road as well. I mean, it has to be Ireland. We've had the leprechaun. We're now in a dead end. I'm just going to go Ireland. If it's the end of our streak, it's the end of it. Yeah, economic reasons, but at the end of the day, most of the economic reasons made no sense, which they're finding out now. That, you know, they're basically saying, well, we didn't want to be part of a trading bloc with the European Union that reduced taxes on imports and exports. We want to go it alone and make our own deals. Well, now that you're on your own and France has now the power to make its own deals, they're going to say, well, we're going to make the deal in France's favour. We're not going to make the deal in UK's favour. Where's your, you know, all of the imports export go this way, basically. There's not, what the fuck does the United Kingdom produce for the world? You know, salmon, apparently. Salmon. And as you can see, the salmon don't give a shit what side of the channel they're on. The French will just make their own salmon. Oh, 111. I have to stop here. 111's my number. You know, whenever I look at a clock, it's 11:11. Muscles like the fish. Well, thank you for dropping in. What a perfect segue from a salmon talk. Muscles like the fish. The UK made chicken tikka masala. Well, you can't blame them for that. I love chicken tikka masala. In Australia, we call it butter chicken, though. And it's actually closer to an original Indian dish than whatever chicken tikka. Salmon is delicious. I love salmon. I had salmon yesterday for the first time in ages, and I'd forgotten how much I love it. Oh, grilled salmon, steak. Give me some salmon. They are slightly different. Well, and butter chicken in India is different from what Australians call butter chicken. Butter chicken in Australia is slightly closer to chicken tikka masala. It's very creamy. Butter chicken in India, they don't go for creamy. It's just a tandoori tomato-y sauce, I think. Yeah, no. But Ivalu, I think that about all of these things, you know. It was a great, it's apparently a great thing that Czech and Slovakia are no longer one country, and that all of these countries are no longer Yugoslavia, and all these countries are no longer USSR. I'm like, well, there was a point where we were just trying to unify the world a bit and not have all of these petty little squabbles about, you know, oh, you speak this language here, and it's like, fucking, especially now that you can grab your phone and say, hey Google, translate this for me, and, you know, basically all barriers to communication are gone. We could, you know, we can stop picking, like I was saying before, we're all basically the same. Our similarities are much, much more than our differences. And so when you've got this nonsense that, you know, what's the difference between, you know, John Smith who lives here and Jane Smith who lives here? Fucking nothing. Except that they're in two completely different countries, apparently. Why? You know? Our almost disaster yesterday, where eventually we figured it out for, where is it? Where were we? Where's San Marino again? I don't want to face it. Up here somewhere? It was near Rimini. There it is. Why is this its own country? They speak Italian. It's completely surrounded by Italy. Their water comes from Italy. Their electricity would come from Italy. Their gas would come from Italy. Why are they their own country? Just for, you know, why is Monaco its own country? Completely surrounded by France. Speaks French. Fucking some royal was pissed off with some other royal 200 years ago, and that's the only reason. Yeah, well, Ireland's definitely religious, but as I was saying before, if anything can breach that gap, it's mutual hatred for this side of the water, but certainly Ireland has issues in that respect. But again, they're both Christian. Both Christian. You shouldn't be bombing each other because of a slight interpretation of what the Bible says, you know? Oh, Greenland doesn't want to be part of Denmark? I mean, it's a long way away, I suppose. I think we need less countries and not more too, but, you know. That's not the way we're going at the moment, you know? The way the United States are going, it's going to split off soon. You know? Can you... In my lifetime, I've seen the USSR fall apart. I've seen the Balkans fall apart. There's a really good chance Scotland will leave the United Kingdom. That's madness to me. There's a chance that parts of the United States will secede. Why? Just fucking talk to each other. Sit down, have a beer with each other, play some GeoGuessr with each other. I mean, we're all the same. I mean, look at this. We've got people from all over the world in my chat here. You know, we're just having a bit of fun looking at the world. All right, I wanted to stay at a 111, but we're going to have to move on. Let's hope we don't lose our streak there. Hi, Geo. How you doing, mate? Other countries are trying to buy Greenland. Oh, that's right. Trump tried to buy Greenland from Denmark to use it to mine, which would further destroy the fragile ecosystem here. And if Greenland isn't Denmark, Denmark can't sell us. That's the logic. Well, again, we've all seen that play out before in history. If Denmark tried to sell Greenland, Greenland would secede and become its own country and say, how dare you do this to us? Go fuck yourself. So why would Denmark do that, especially if they probably need the resources that Greenland has? Which, given people are trying to buy Greenland, presumably they have some nice resources. Don't know how I'm absolutely... I wish I'd done... I said before I want to do a scene in OBS where my head's just sitting on someone on a soapbox, you know, maybe with a sign saying the end is nigh. It's all rants today. 70 billion, that's all? Jeff Bezos could buy Greenland in, what, 3 days of work or something? Work? Elon Musk could buy Greenland. Apple could buy Greenland. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When Ireland was having issues during the GFC, and around about that time, I think Apple had the most amount of liquid money in the bank in the world for any company or anything. I'm like, Apple should buy Ireland. It could be the Apple Ireland. It's already the Apple Isles. And then you've got this entire workforce that could just make iPhones, you know, instead of slavery in China. It's a lot of money, $70 billion, yeah. Greenland people are so aggressive? Ivalu's from Greenland, he's cool. He's cool. We were looking at Greenland before. I don't know how you could possibly be aggressive up there. You're the chillest place on Earth, surely. I think he's being sarcastic, Ivalu. Alright, where do you think we are? Back to the important things. What did I decide about? We're probably in Australia or South Africa here. The sign doesn't look particularly Australian to me. Carl and Sema. Oh, it could be New Zealand. Could be New Zealand. Are we in New Zealand? What do you reckon, chat? New Zealand? I'm not going to click it in, don't worry. Don't know where we are, to be perfectly honest. Reasonably flat. Did I see another car? I didn't check which side of the road we're on. Could be New Zealand. I'm actually feeling more South Africa now. With these kind of flat, you know, New Zealand's volcanic mountains, so, you know, pointy stuff. This is like a much older looking mountain. Yeah, maybe. I don't know mountains particularly. That's just my, you know, very, very layman's thought. Alright, well, it could be a while. Any of these countries, if we're in the middle of effort nowhere, as it appears that we are. Or is that a car? Come on, what side of the road are we? Not a car, it's a bush. And now we're going backwards. Why are we going backwards, Google car? Little sign here. Maybe we'll stop to Tarsus F5. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, does that mean we're driving on the right? Hang on a minute. Well, I actually don't recognize these road markings either, so I don't think it's Australia or New Zealand then. Maybe it's Argentina. Can we cheat with the car? Oh, here we go. No, we're driving on the... Are we? Which way is this car facing? No, we're driving on the right. I think we're following this car, aren't we? Get back here! It's impossible to drive on the right. No, we're driving on the left. This is a car coming forward. That's the headlights, right? Why did that arrow... Yeah, I think we're driving on the left. It made no sense with those well, actually, those markings there make it look left. Yeah, we're driving on the left. I don't know, it does make sense. We're Southern Hemisphere, so it doesn't help. We're either New Zealand, Australia, or South Africa, or Lesotho, or Botswana, or Kenya, or Uganda, or Eswatini. The sidelines are yellow, yep. Is that a clue? Not a clue for Australia. See, again, these... It's now saying you can stop over it? I don't know. I'm not Australian. They're not Australian markings anyway. Yeah, and Australia and New Zealand basically have the same road markings, so I'm thinking this is South Africa or possibly... I mean, Botswana may not have paved roads like this, but... Does Argentina also have black road signs that behind them. I don't know. I know Brazil does. Anyway, we're on the left. Hang on. We're already driving. We've determined we're driving on the left. Let's stick with that theory. Don't go backwards. Why you go backwards, car? Wow. We've got to find something soon. What are they making here? Cabbages or something. Hail. Maybe this is the, here we go. Signs. Hog's back. God. That almost sounds like Australia. Engineering SA. Penny farthing engineering. Routine maintenance. Amalathi local municipal area. Amathole district. Amathole. Province of the Eastern Cape. Okay, that says South Africa to me. Can we find province of... Was there a ZA as well? No? Oh, it just... You're... Yeah, South Africa. Amatoli... Amalauthi district. So, what are these? So, let's see. KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape. Alright, so this is the Eastern Cape province. Nowhere near the actual Cape. Oh, it must... Okay, so it alright, okay, it goes down to the water here at least. So we're somewhere in here, I reckon. Amatoli district. Amalfi local municipal. Where does the edge... Where does the Eastern Cape end? This over here? Yep. Okay. Oh wow, it goes on forever. To here. So we could be anywhere in amongst all of here. Near Queenstown. Near Mathatha. Near East London. Near Port Elizabeth. Because God knows I have no... Oh, I heard a pronunciation for this. It's Kaibertha? Kaibertha. But it's a... The road that leads to the Grand Canyon. Yes, America. This is, you know, South Arizona. It's Bertha. Bertha. I can't do the click, but it's a clicking noise for that the locals are able to do. All right, I reckon we're somewhere here. Can we find almost exactly where we are? Doesn't really look like we're that close to the water, so I'm going to say we're somewhere near Craddock. Nowhere near it. We were literally somewhere where there's no signs for anything. Cabbage. Yes, it was cabbage. And noticed on Bing Maps, it still says Port Elizabeth. So get with the program, Microsoft. All right, initial guesses before we go and have a look at this sign. Drive it on the right. Por su seguridad, control de velocidad. All right, that makes it South America. Or Spain, I guess. I've got to remember that Spain is an option when there's Spanish. It could almost be Spain. It looks pretty, this part of the world. Come on. Let's go forward. Let's go forward. Let's go, Aussie. Let's go. I'm guessing people know what those bollards look like, but I don't. I can never remember that stuff. We're heading southeast-ish. No? Yes? Southeast-ish. Ah, okay. Bollards look European. Well, I'm looking at, like, well, these are olive trees or grape trees even. And this, yeah, this, if I look out my window here in the south of France, every mountain looks like this. I think we've seen Spanish though, Spanish writing. We saw a DE rather than a DO, so I think we're in Spain if we're in Europe. But let's try and prove that. Ciudad Real. Oh, we've had that before. Where was that? Province. That said province, right? Okay, so let's find province lines. Catalonia, Aragon. Gotta remember these. I'm gonna have to start learning these as well. This will be Navarre Basque. I can't tell the difference, to be honest, except that in Spanish, the is DE, and in Portuguese, it's DO. And CIA, Provincia, or something else is Spanish, and then it'll be like CAO and the A will have a little squiggle on it in Portuguese. So see if I can find something like that. The da, or do. Although that says da. Oh, maybe these probably Spanish name towns. Dosal, yeah. Then you go, all right, well, you can't tell by the names in Portugal. We've just learnt that. Can I find Ciudad Real? Castile and Leon, Community of Madrid. Leon. What about down here? This would be a good spot. There's a conglomeration of them. Why can I not find the province of Ciudad? Alright, let's keep going. It's just too hard to look at. I wish it was like Brazil. If you look at Brazil, you can see the provinces immediately. Look at that. State, but everywhere else won't show it. I think maybe America, yeah, America you can read the state names, but everywhere else it won't show you the state names. I'm going to write to Google Street View and say, you need to fix this. I am outraged. Oh, so Ciudad Real is also a town. N401, we've got Malagon. Well, they're not states, they're provinces or whatever, but they're still, you know, in France they're called départements, but it's useful to know. In France they'll say that, you know, that I live in the Var, which is a department. People use it. I mean, they're not states like they are in Australia or anything like that, but so Ciudad Real is actually a town as well, and so's Malagon, which I feel like I've seen as well. Don't think Malaga and Malagon. Well, they are. Well, I mean, a province isn't a state. I mean, a state is almost its own country. It has its own... Alright, Gio, I've got you. Let's see what you've got here. Still can't figure out how to make sure you can put in... What are we looking at before I show it to everyone? That's not your house, is it, Geo? Oh, I'd let you put the link in the next time. Or did it? Did it block you? It did. But I can still look at it. Okay, 2014 photo. Oh, 2015. Okay, yep, sorry. Well, let's have a look. Some people just like to fuck with the Google people, don't they? Let's put that on. Here we go, look at this. Maybe it's, well, when was it? October, so it was, yeah, that's for Halloween. They're trying to scare everyone. It's not just for the Google car. Creepy motherfuckers. Jesus, look at this. The fuck's that? Where are we? Chicago. Is this a mosque or it's just actually not a mosque? It's a church. They've got, you know, crazy window people and... Oh, we've moved to a different time again. Let's see it. Let's go to now. Oh, it is currently showing that. Wow. Wow. Is this... Oh, I was going to say, sometimes they convert old churches into apartments. Is that what's going on here? Is this just some crazy architect's idea of a... Interesting. Interesting. So... Can you give me the map here? Oh, what happened there? Oh no, I started again, damn it. That's not what I wanted. I want to get in front of this. Why wasn't it let me go to... That's what I wanted. St. Joseph Ukrainian Catholic Church. It does. It looks like rockets. You're absolutely right. This is their escape plan. They're pretending it's a Ukrainian church, but no. This is how to get off the planet if needs be. Preppers. Alright, Malagon, I'm sure we can find, surely. There it is, Ciudad Real. Is 39 to the south, and we're on the 401. There's Malagon in 16, so we must be up here somewhere. Yep, I pretty much clicked there. Sweet, sweet, that's 113. Let's keep going. First guesses, everyone. What think thou? I'm thinking, Southeast Asia? Sun's in the south-ish, possibly. Bit hard to tell. Okay, we've got Indonesia for Mivalu. Excellent guess, I think. I'm gonna go, just to be different, Philippines. It sort of looks like Apocalypse Now to me. I'm already wrong. Not the Philippines. Oh. That's not Indonesian, and I don't think it's Philippines, obviously. It'd be in English. I think it's Bangladesh or Sri Lanka, right? Is it Tamil, this writing? I forget what the names of the different writings are. But yeah, Sri Lanka, if I could find a road... Yeah, Bangladesh isn't quite like that, is it? And the one when it's all sort of very rounded, looks like a lot of W's. I think Sri Lanka, but I'm not 100% certain. Let's I was gonna say, my mother reminded me yesterday that I do know exactly what language they speak in Vietnam because they're Latinized. They don't have a native language. They had the French there so long that everything's in basically a version of French. Well, Frenchicized Vietnamese. Yeah. Well, Sri Lanka does have the Indian writing and I think it's called Tamil. But I'm not 100% certain of that. But I mean, I don't think we can be in India because it's not on Street View, but we have to be careful of that. We're not on we can be in India with the trekkers, but who knows? Maybe yesterday they added India at last. They've got India, they're just not allowed to show it because the Indian government told them they couldn't after the bombings in Delhi. They were worried that terrorists could somehow use Google Street View to plan their attacks. Like, couldn't they just go and actually walk the street? Anyway. Lots of rants today. Lots of rants. It's all in good fun. I don't want to go down there. Come on, Google. Why are you doing me like this? There we go. Alright, so, are we driving on the left? It's possible. It's possible. Everyone's driving everywhere right now. He's on the left. That's good. A bit of English says Sri Lanka as well to me. Quite often there's English around. Yeah, I think we're driving on the left. These things are quite often Sri Lanka. We're not going to be able to figure out where we are because I don't speak the language and I can't read it. So trying to find it on the map. Oh, hang on. Yeah, he's driving on the left over there, I guess. You just have driving? Yeah, well, when there's not many cars, is there really no official, or is it just no one really cares because there aren't that many cars? This is the same sign as before, which isn't telling me shit. Definitely looks like Sri Lanka with all these palm trees, whatever kind of trees they are. I'm not a tree expert. Flag or something would be nice, or just a big sign saying you are in Sri Lanka. Welcome to Sri Lanka. I don't know about the number plates. Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably officially right side for Denmark, but you never know. They don't even have a prison. Well, you know, I guess the Danish who settled it, basically, you probably like Australia, you're probably settled with prisoners. Greenland itself is probably a prison. And like Australia, it's like, you know, why on earth would you make such a beautiful place a prison? It wasn't exactly a disaster. Kurengala. Kurenagla. Kurenegala. North. Let's see if we can find it. Something like that. Kurenegala. There we go. Alright, Sri Lanka. That's good enough for me. That's good enough. Eric the Red. I've heard of Eric the Red. From Iceland, but he was outcasted. I'll tell you what. Here's my knowledge of Iceland and Greenland. Greenland is covered in ice, and Iceland's covered in grass. And that, yeah, one of the great things. Why is it they should just swap the names? This should be Iceland. This should be Greenland. That's my knowledge right there. I'm basically an expert. I'm sure they're both... Well, no, under the ice is there grass? Is there really? Alright, guesses everyone. This could be the end of the streak. I think this is a possibly a trekker. My first guess will be Madagascar. They have turtles. We're near the water. We're definitely... Oh, we're on a bike maybe at least. Where do they have turtles? We're in a volcano. Caldera. Is Madagascar a volcanic island? Shit. We can have trouble here. Chat. Could be the end of the streak. This could be it. We're gonna be done in by turtles. Do they have turtles up on the... Well, hang on. So we've got water down here to the south. Oh, they're tortoises, in fact. I don't know how to tell the difference. All right. So if we've got water to the south, and if we're thinking maybe Madagascar, and we find a caldera here somewhere. Let's see what this bay looks like. So a little bit of a river going along there. Oh, well there you go. That makes it simple. Can I see an island? Can we get up on higher? Can we get up higher? See, this is just a case of you need to have played this game a lot and had this before when you hit these walking ones. Is that an island through the fog? Wow. Of all the days to come and do this, Trekker, of all the days, a day that we can't see whether there's anything in that bay. I mean, it could be, this could be that river there, possibly. I'm not really seeing anything that's obviously a mountain. And I think with the Trekker ones, you can't really rely on the compass, but we're going to have to try. Really, that's the only spot on Madagascar it could be if that's the bay. Because we're facing this way and looking at water. And there's land on the other side. Alright, well we're just going to have to keep looking around, see if one of the tortoises has a flag on it or a number plate. Is this a bike? Is this a bike? When we were in Madagascar earlier, for the first time, in the city, we were on a bike. We were on a... Well, you know, this could be another bit of evidence that it's Madagascar. What was that? Was that turtle shit? Got on here. Tortoise, my bad. Tortoise shit. Can we get up on top of this hill at least? Yeah, I can't imagine it's a bike, but... I mean... Oh, wait. Is that the... Oh, it's a cap! It's a backpack. Yeah, right. This is just the dude's head. Yeah. Yeah. That's the top of his baseball cap. Or her. This is the backpack. Yep. Camera's off the backpack. Alright. That doesn't help, does it? More tortoises. Well-trodden path. And now we're in the bloody fog. We're in the cloud line. We can't see anything at all now. We've clouds come over. This dude has taken the wrong day to be coming out here looking at the tortoises. We can't see... Can we see something on his cap there? Wouldn't that be cool? Come on, where was it? He was turning his head. There was something on his hat. Damn. I can't find that frame again. There it is. No, that doesn't help. I thought there might have been something there. Nope. Alright. Come on, let's get to the top of the hill here, dude. Where there'll be a huge sign saying, "Welcome to the Tortoise Sanctuary of Madagascar." Or something in French. Come on, keep climbing. It's slow going, it's slow going. We've sort of skipped the top here, haven't we? We have to keep going, we have to try. He may have started at... oh, there we go. Now what is it, a different day? Yeah, we've got another person at least. We've got some more people. That might help. That might help somehow. We can catch up to them. No, we've changed time again. We're back to the fog. Where do they have giant tortoises? Ah, okay. I didn't even think to look at the sun, although we haven't been able to see it yet. It's kind of over there, maybe. Doesn't really help. Again, we just don't know whether the compass is working properly with the trekkers. It's just an assumption that it is. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be correct. Google can figure out where it was in the world. I mean, this giant volcano. Do they have giant tortoises in Hawaii? The vegetation, I mean, it doesn't look it doesn't look like New Zealand, for example, which would also have calderas like that, but and it looks like it's an ancient volcano. It doesn't look like a recent one, so, and a massive one. But definitely, it's almost certainly an island somewhere. Come on, I just want to get over this hill. Hi, Salty. The vegetation is Hawaiian? Okay. I mean, when I see a giant caldera like that, I think Hawaii, but you know, again, I've never heard about giant tortoises, but I mean, why would I? I think with these trekker ones, it could be anywhere, right? You either know where it is, or there's some way of figuring it out, or you don't. We'll see. We'll see. We'll keep going in this direction. Although, and then until we hit a, presumably he doesn't go any further, and then we'll go back to the beginning and head the way he came, because he may have come from a, you know, like a information bit thing, or, you know, there might be a sign somewhere. Hang on, let's look at this dude. This dude is behind a tree. Just a tourist. Just a tourist. Okay, Galapagos perhaps? Where is the... I actually don't really know where the... I have no idea where the Galapagos Islands are. Are they around here too? Teach me, chat. Teach me. I thought they were around here. Oh, Ecuador. Okay. I'm gonna have a look at that. These ones? Yeah. That's a pretty big caldera. Doesn't really look like the bay though. I mean, that definitely look. I mean, that's what I was hoping that I couldn't see anything like that on Madagascar. So, where am I? I mean, you should be able to see in the topography, big caldera like that. The Faroe Islands. Okay. I feel like I should know where they are too, but don't. You know, Galapagos looks better than this one. Anyway, we can just get a better look at this bay. We can almost try and find it. Did they throw you from the tortoises from the beginning? Well, from the beginning of this, yeah. We were right looking at the tortoises. Up here on this hill, so, you know, if I'm going to give it a little bit more, if we can try and get to the top of this hill and see, look at this bay, so we can get a better idea of whether there's an island in the bay or anything. Oh, the Faroe Islands are up here. I know where they are. They're up here, right? Yeah. Yeah, not really seeing a big caldera there. And again, the bay doesn't really match any of that. Oh, maybe down here. Not really. The greatest island on Earth. Yes. Well, I was told Australia was the biggest island on Earth, but apparently it's Greenland, so I was lied to as a child. It's also an island, though. Definitely considered an island. Then again, what continent isn't an island in, if whatever definition you want to put it? Everything's surrounded by water eventually, if you want to go far enough. But they, I guess these days, don't count Australia as an island because it gets to be its own continent, but... Sure. Well, that's the continents, yeah. I would think an island is defined by being surrounded by water. You know what? This guy's just not going in the direction I want him to go. Alright, we're going back to the beginning. But could you though? You couldn't though. Well, I guess if you consider the Suez Canal as turning it into an island, then yes. It's technically an island. You know, all of this is technically an island. I don't think, I mean, it's only because they built a canal here that it's, you know, it's an island. And I would say, I guess that isn't a continent. Fair enough. I mean, if that's, I feel like it's a hierarchy, and Australia shouldn't be calling itself an island because it's already a continent and, you know, being greedy. But yeah, I was taught as a kid that Australia is a continent and an island. And yeah. But I mean, you're right. Most people don't consider that. There was a sign on a bus in Sydney once that said, "Go visit New Caledonia, go visit an island," or something like that. And I'm going, you're already on an island. Anyway, that was just me. All right, we're back where we started. We went that way. We've got a better view of the bay here anyway. Looks to me like the land goes around that way. We're basically facing south here. So let's go back to... this one. Again, if we're... Does this bay look correct? If we're facing south, it could almost. If we're up here on the... We'd have to be here somewhere. Is there any paths? No. Yeah, it does look a bit large, but I mean, if we were here, it would almost match what we're seeing. Actually, and then we've got... Is that water over here or more cloud? Again, that would almost fit there, possibly. Doesn't fit any of it now. Let's go back this way and see if it's takes us to where he started his trek. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about vegetation. Actually, I haven't looked at Hawaii. Where's the big caldera on Hawaii's islands? There's one that's gigantic. None of that would fit what we're seeing. I mean, almost... There's a bay there and a bit of water there, but we would have to be up here somewhere. Doesn't really look like the right kind of caldera, does it? It's got rivers in it as well. Seeing any water down there? We can't even go this way. Where would this trek have started? Did he just get, you know, dumped by a helicopter? Alright, we're going to give it a little bit of a look around. And then we have to decide whether we want to just risk our streak with a guess. Or cheese it a bit and do some Googling. I don't really care about the streak, to be honest, but, you know. Don't know enough about vegetation and tortoises to know where we are exactly. Which is a problem. Which is a problem. Look at this caldera though. It's gigantic. There's got to be like not many places on Earth this could be. Is that water over there? It is water over there. Let's keep going this way. See if we can get a good sight look at the water on the other side. Yeah, free of. That's why I said I don't care about the streak. I mean, it's just a number. We're not. There's no prizes for breaking world records or anything. There isn't a world record for this on GeoTips. Rightly so, because it's very cheatable. I'm not even talking about Googling. You know, because this is a browser-based game, you could almost certainly, with a few scripts, make this trivial. I'm pretty sure. Look, I don't want to test this, and I don't want to give away anything, but I'm pretty sure if you just took a screenshot of this and put it into Google image search, it would use, you know, Google's got all of this data. It would search the street view. You can probably find out where you are very trivially. But where's the fun in that? There we go. There we go. I'd be very curious to know what happens. But don't tell me where we are though. Let me know if you got that. If you didn't, I'll look at it again. I just want to keep walking here, otherwise we'll be here all day. Really? Wow. See, that's how, you know, if you did want to get a world record for this, it would have to be recorded all on stream, and I don't even know how you would, you know, obviously you wouldn't be able to use chat. Yeah, that's why there's no world record for this particular game mode. Too easy to cheat. Oh, you haven't got the screenshot, I haven't looked it up yet. Okay, well, just, you know, images.google.com, that'll give you a search button with a picture on it, and just upload that picture and let's see what it comes up with. Oh, we've got a shack. Please tell me it says something on this shack. No! No! Fuck you! I knew that would happen. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Oh, you know, and this is beginning to, like, I feel like I've seen a documentary about tortoises. We're calling them turtleses from now on. No direct result? Okay, but I'm, you know. Fair enough. I'm glad it doesn't just grab the Street View data and do it, but yeah, I'm sure if I took enough of them, it would say, you know, with similar images, it would be people's photos of this island, and Google's algorithms are pretty clever. All right, so we've got water there to the almost southwest, and water here, and a giant caldera. It doesn't look particularly, you know, it's not particularly hot, not particularly cold, but it is a cold day, so what are we gonna do? Let's have a look around. I don't think it's Hawaii. If it is, we could be here somewhere, but I'm not seeing a caldera that matches that at all. There's no people either, so could it be that? No, I don't think we're Hawaii. Okay, all right. Can't be there either. All right, so we've also got candidates. These definitely look much more likely. We've got water here, we've got a bay there. But, I don't know, wouldn't we see a little dot? Oh? No, but that doesn't match with where the water is, particularly. I mean, this is about the best I've seen as an option, but I'm not really liking it. Doesn't seem to be any caldera on this particular. And then possibly Madagascar. What about Reunion? Is Reunion a... it's got a caldera, but it's got full of roads and shit. So that's not it. Alright, chat. I think we're gonna have to make a guess. No water on the other side of that. I won't get chat to guess because then it will be their fault that the streak is over. Where else could we be? Doesn't look like that. I suppose it doesn't look like New Zealand fauna, but flora, I should say. Not really seeing a big caldera there either. It's all me, of course. I'll take it. Any of these look like they could have anything. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tentatively put here. This is about the only thing that almost remotely matches what we're seeing, except it doesn't really. At least there is a caldera there, and it's quite a big one. Which is part of Ecuador anyway. But let's go back to the beginning. So going this way just led to this house that didn't give me anything. Let me just double check that there isn't a... I mean, he must have started somewhere, right? Did he start in this house? How did he get here? There are multiple people here. Yeah, Galapagos Island is very famous for tortoises, isn't it? But yeah, no. Let's look at this caldera again. Let's just get a glimpse of it. We're up quite high here. Flattens out slightly there, and we're facing west. So if we were here, I mean, this looks like it goes quite flat over there. I'm not really seeing that. There's another one down here. Shelter Hike Volcano. The water doesn't really fit there, though. Doesn't really fit there. Alright, I'm gonna have to keep going. Hang on, I was looking this way. I couldn't get to anywhere else. There isn't another path off anywhere here. Alright, gotta go back to the start. Have another squiz down this way. See if this is where we started. That... don't think it would be, because the other people we've seen walking along... actually, we can get along here, maybe. No, he just went for a little bit of a ride. Oh, we've got... oh, no, hang on. How did I turn around? I was heading this way. Here we go, more people. Not helping. Not helping. I'm sorry, this is probably very boring. But, you know... we're on 114. 114 here. We've got to at least say that we tried everything in our power. Let's see, can we head towards the volcano then? A little bit closer. Not really. I mean, it is kind of flatter over there. Galapagos tortoises. Fuck it. Fuck it. Thank you. You all fucking... you hinted at it. You all hinted at it. Fuck, it was that one there. I have to admit, it was the only place that had a water on both sides facing southwest like that, but I'm struggling to see how that topography there is what we were looking at. It was a bit flatter towards the other side, but not, I mean, it's completely flat here. It's a slight bump there. I guess we couldn't quite see this this exit here. Holy shit, that's worse than San Marino yesterday. You know what? It's been 2 hours, but I want to keep going after that. I'm energized, but I'm going to need to take a quick break. Be right back. That was crazy. That was crazy. Alright, I'm back. Okay, you're looking at it on Google Maps, and I think that exact path you're on is the only Trekker camera on the island, and the rest are all photospheres. Okay, so that's, I mean, that's good to know. So now, I mean, yesterday we had San Marino, which is very recognizable now that I know it, and this one, it's good to get it out of the way, because this will probably pop up again. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a photosphere on Country Street, so I hope not. That'd be pretty nasty. Alright, let's keep going. Let's not just rest on our laurels after that epic deduction. I guess really the clue was the turtles. The Galapagos Islands are very famous for the tortoises. Alright, sheet metal. Sun is vaguely in the south, maybe. What have we got number plate wise? White number plates. We've got Holdens. We've got Fords. Look, my guess is going to be Australia. That's going to be my initial. We're driving on the left. The light to me looks like Australia. I don't know how to describe that. That one almost... there's just something about the atmosphere of the southern hemisphere. But can we find out where we are in old Oz? Yeah, this is definitely Australia. That's the Australian government symbol. We are actually in... Oh, what's that say? Is that Warrnambool? Can't be right. Warrnambool City Council. Alright. Isn't Warrnambool... I actually don't know where it is. There it is. I was going to say it's Victoria somewhere. I've been through it, but, you know, I drove through here, but... I used to live in Melbourne. I used to live, well, just not far from Richmond, here somewhere. In fact, just next to the park there, I used to work at a golf course. Well, there was an office in a golf course all the way down here somewhere. I used to fucking drive 40 minutes every day till I realized how stupid that was. Moved back to Sydney and then moved to France. Anyway, we're in Warrnambool. I know where we are. Let's click it in. Yours is no doubt, well, there's a lot of golf courses down here. This is the sand belt, they call it, I think. Sand belt? They're all links courses, which, you know, is a style of golf course I think is generally on the coast, made on sand. But I bet yours, I did see, we saw it before when we were looking around. I mean, I guess you asked about Nook because that's where you are. I don't want to dox you. Don't say anything if you don't want to. But there it is. There's the golf club. I did say that, you know, maybe you have wars with other towns. They come and have a golf tournament here. And of course, the Nookians are going to be the best because they're the only ones with a golf course. Can't really see it on there. See what kind of layout it is. I'll tell you what. I'll get into Microsoft Flight Simulator later. And I'll go have a look at your golf course. I don't think anyone's going to come and say hi to you, really. It's a long way to go. And probably extremely expensive and probably completely unable right now because of COVID, and you haven't got any COVID, so you don't probably not taking any visitors whatsoever. All right. Looks like Europe to me. No one in or out, fair enough. Well, no point risking it. If you're probably the one country on Earth that doesn't have it. And regardless of whether you believe it's deadly or not, why take the risk when you can just say you haven't got it? And you're completely in a position to control that. Let's see. It almost looks like... not really. I was going to say that one almost looks like blue on both sides. Blue on both sides, so we're possibly Italy or France. Let's see if we can find some signs or something. Can't believe that Galapagos Islands. Have you not been on the internet in the last 2 years, mate? You know, it's crazy. People still think it's a hoax out there. It's 10 times more deadly than the flu. And we all know the flu is deadly. Now, people look at that and go, oh, it's only 0.1%. Or like, what was it? We just hit 5 million people have died from this thing? It's fucking tragic. 5 million people. If 5 million people were dying on the roads every year, you'd ban cars. Canzo. Su tutto il territorio comunale. Okay, is it possible we're in San Marino, though? I don't think so. We're definitely in Italy. It's crazy. Well, you know, especially you live in a place that's only, 50,000 people total. 10,000 would be 1 in 5 people dead. And now we're up to 5 million. And there are still dickheads out there. It's like, oh, well, don't want to have a vaccine, don't want to wear a mask. It's like, it's crazy. It's just, I believe, I don't know if it's true what he said it or not, but it's usually attributed to Stalin. He said, 1 person who dies is a tragedy, 1 million is a statistic. And human mind is exactly like that. I look at this and go, 5 million people were dead, and people were still saying, oh, it's not that bad, or we shouldn't need to change our lives or anything like that. It's like, fucking hell. Fucking hell. Like, just, I mean, live your life, do what you have to do. But if someone owns a shop and asks you to wear a mask, what skin off your nose is it to wear a mask? You know, even if you don't believe it, stop being a dickhead. Wow, there you go. Well, 5 million is a quarter of Australia's population. That would be 1 in 4 Australians dead if it was all Australia. It's a lot of people, 5 million people, especially for a disease. You know, that's nowhere near what the common cold or the flu does every year. It's only been a year. People forget that as well. They're acting like the COVID's been around for like 10 years and it's only, you know, 1 million deaths a year. No, it's 5 million deaths in 1 year. .it, that helps. Look, I think we're in Italy. I don't think we could... Oh, here we go. Commune di Canzo. Let's see if we can find the Canzo commune in case we're in San Marino or some other bullshit like that. Yesterday I said if it's Italian, we can only be in Italy, but apparently that's wrong. We could be in San Marino because it's its own country. Canzo. Hey, Canzo. You got to use your hands when you're talking in Italian. Pronto, telefonato. I used to... My best friend in high school was Italian. I used to spend time with his family quite a lot. And yeah, they answer the phone, pronto, which is hilarious. It means hurry up. They answer the phone saying hurry up. Get to it. Just waggle the talk stick. Start of the year was much slower. Well, sure. And of course, look, you can make arguments. I mean, a lot of people in Italy died. Older people. Italy's the oldest country on earth in terms of population. Is Vatican... Okay, well, you know, Vatican should be pretty obvious. Because, what, there's just this thing and then a bunch of gardens. I mean, you'd have to still be careful. We had the Colosseum yesterday on a trekker. I don't know where Canzo is. Oh, I nearly clicked on Vatican City. Let's not go nuts here. Sure, it's Italy. All the way up here, near Como. There's Canzo. Wouldn't have seen it. Would have had to search all day. That's 117 chat. Well done. Let's keep going. Let's try and get to 120 at least. Sun's in the north. We're driving on the left. This mountain here is higher than anything you've ever seen in Australia. So, and I'm pretty sure it's not... Look, I'm going New Zealand, but I could be wrong. Actually, that doesn't look like a New Zealand style sign, so... Maybe it's... South Africa somewhere. Definitely looks like... Well, it could almost be Chile as well, right? No, hang on, we're driving on the left. I'm still going to go New Zealand. This looks very New Zealandish. Big mountains and lakes and things. New Zealander. Yellow signs, which you see in Australia, so... Here we go. Give me some street signs. Give me some Maori names. That would be cool. No, we're too early, Jen. Oh man, something red? That's not helping. It's really not helping. Hanaka paintball. Yeah, the knackers are very, to me, Maori, so... I think we're... So that's, yeah, Motararu Road. I think we're in New Zealand. Let's see if we can get some more information about exactly where. I mean, I would almost put money on it being North Island somewhere. Perhaps even fairly North Island. Where are the big mountains in the North Island? Some over here? Actually, these big mountains may be more likely South Island. Yeah, first gen seems to always be New Zealand, and there's a few places in Queensland. Wanaka, Mount Aspiring, Wanaka. I know that name. Maybe it is South Island. Right. No one else? I feel like I've seen like maybe parts of Argentina has pretty bad. I might be wrong. But yeah, for a while there I was like, oh, Gen 1 is New Zealand because it was almost always New Zealand. Wanaka and Mount Aspiring. Right, yeah. Well, this isn't Gen 1, is it? It's probably Gen 2. I mean, we can still... Gen 1, you couldn't even be able to read that. It's just everything's a blur. So we're not too bad, but still, it's not great. Glemming Bay? Glendad? Glendao? Howdy, Pagan. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for dropping in. Glen Bayo? Glendad? I mean, Queens, this is where the big mountains are. Could we be down here? It doesn't look cold enough to be down here. I mean, down here in Invercargill is just fucking ridiculously cold. You don't realise, I never realised how south New Zealand is. Growing up, I always just sort of felt New Zealand was to the right of Australia, but it is below Australia. I mean, Tasmania is level with the middle of the South Island. Glendho, okay, or Glendhu. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. We're definitely New Zealand. I don't think we can be anywhere else. We're driving on the left. We've got Maori names and Pakeha names, white people names, English names. And look, got a big lake. Probably not that many big lakes around. You know, why do I feel like we're more likely in the northern hemisphere? I mean, is it Lake Taupo? I don't think so. Wait, that lake's way too big. Wakira Moana? Where do we reckon we are? Could we be here? No. Not enough big mountains up this side of things. Lake down here. You know what? I don't care. Oh, well, that's where I was almost looking. Where was I looking? I was looking up there. There you go. We were near Queenstown. Glendhu Bay. HU, you're right. No, it wasn't much of a lake. It was a bay. Oh, no, it's a lake. It's not a bay. What are you talking bay? Were you fucking New Zealanders with their naming? What do you mean bay? Aren't bays on an ocean or sea? Anyway, let's not complain about the Kiwis too much. Oh, well, here we go. Everything's being blurred out here. What is this? What's it being blurred out here? Alright, my first guess is Germany. Everything's always blurred in Germany, but this is actually something else. I wonder what was there. Some kind of artwork or something. Blermany. Well, you're definitely Europe. Europe number plates. So bright. Wonder when this was taken. Middle of summer or something. Well, there we go. Now it looks more like human being style light. Gasweg, Kinder, watch out for children, or whatever Gasweg means. Beware, children. I mean, can we lock in Germany just on the blurring? We're not, you know, Belgium. Belgium has the red number plates. Or the red writing on the number plates anyway. We're now in somehow a tilted Gen 1. We've seen German language. Can we get a really quick idea of where we are? Or Ostenenberg or something? I'm going to click on the first berg I can see. Oh, well, Brandenburg, except for Brandenburg. Here we go, Oldenburg. Oldenburg. If that's the end of the streak, I don't care. Oh, over here. Oh, we're just in Berlin. How boring. How boring. All right, that's 119. Get to 120. I've seen this before. That's one way of doing the ski racks. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, my guess is going to be, I don't know. You probably all know what this means. I don't remember what this ridiculous people actually sitting on the truck place is. Kenya. Could be Kenya. Definitely one of those countries. Got on his hat. Is this? It's actually a car? It is a car. Thought maybe they're just pulling a yeah, I feel like I've seen. I haven't seen this exactly. I've seen something similar. That's a baobab. That's a baobab. We had those in Madagascar. But I don't think this is Madagascar. Or could it be? Could it be? Do they drive on the left? What did we decide? Did we decide Madagascar was driving on the right or the left? It should be the right, yeah? Or maybe we are driving on the right. I thought, I mean, they seem to be driving on the left. No, actually, maybe we're going this way. We're driving on the right. I think this might be Madagascar then. It's walking only? Okay, well that settles that. Oh, well, no, it isn't. No, we had Madagascar earlier. We're in that town, Ivalu. It was new. It wasn't walking. We were on a bike or something. That says Madagascar, I think. It's a bit blurry. Remember earlier, was that you, Ivalu? I thought you were here earlier when we were in Toliara. I think it only had walking before. The link for what? Oh, well, yeah, I will. Once we... Yeah, that was on a bike, but I mean, I think they've added a bunch of things from Madagascar, so these are all new. I mean, we're in Madagascar National Park. Gotta be Madagascar, right? That's 2 Madagascars this stream. Yeah, I'll be able to send you the link once I guess, though. So, unless it's not Madagascar, it is. Here we go. So I can click on that and do that. Have a look. Oh, it's the baobabs again. I had a trekker that was called Avenue of Baobabs, although it didn't look like this. It was a tourist attraction. It was just a street. In fact, I should be able to find it. It was here somewhere. Oh, it's not going to show up exactly. So Avenue de Baobab. Oh, it's down here. Okay, so this? How do I force it onto the trekker rather than the? Oh, this is it. This was all I had. This was I had on a previous streak. But just check this shit out. Look at these fucking baobabs. This is just someone on a yeah. I think it might be someone pushing a cart. It doesn't even. That's why I said, is this a car? I'm not even sure it's a car. So it might be true that there's no there's walking only or. Bike in the town. Look at this place. Look at this. This is insane. Actually, I think it ended a streak I had. This was a few weeks ago now. Anyway, there we go. That was 120. What are we looking at? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Why not? The Galapagos Islands just absolutely energized me. Strange one in Greenwood where a person is pushing some kind of cart. Yeah, that's what I found doing the Greenland exploration one. Each town was a completely different car. And then, yeah, I'm sure there's some of these little towns that they probably couldn't even find a car to do the 3 streets that they had. And all right, what's our first guess, chat? If that is your real name, I'm gonna go. I have no idea. Serbia, Croatia, one of those. That actually looks Italian. I'm gonna go Italy. Oh, Brazil. That's what it looked like to me, Ivalu, for sure. Because everyone was like, there was a red car and a green car and a... Could actually... maybe that's not Italian? Amizad e d'amor che non si amore. Okay. Maybe you're right about Brazil. Hello, Toucan. It does look Portuguese, okay. I'm not great on looking at Portuguese. It looks like Europe to me, but yeah, okay, if that's Portuguese. I thought it was Italian at first, but it isn't. The Amor did me in. I think there's a little bit of blue there, but not on the other side, so... Let's not lock Portugal in just yet. Parialto what? Let's see if we can find where we are at least. Planaio Beijraio? No, again, well, that's definitely Portuguese then. Let's have a look at Portugal. See if we can find something that's Beiriaro. I mean, it could just be, you know, put your trash out. I could be trying to find a town name based on anything. Okay, I'm not seeing anything off the top of my head. Let's keep going. Not quite the phrase I was looking for. What was I looking for? I'm not seeing anything immediately. We'll just rephrase it a bit. Got some interesting colours on that truck. Got another bin. Oh, we've missed the bin. Let's keep going. Let's try and find some town or something. Something, at least, to give us a sense that we're actually travelling the world. Maybe it's a golf cart or something, Ivalu. Definitely the fact that they're sitting on the back of that cart like that, or whatever it is, seems a bit weird. Ana Paula Ribeiro. What a very Portuguese name. Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't think I've ever tried a Portuguese accent in my life, and that certainly wasn't one. Why have you got yellow? Why have you got yellow? Maybe we're not in Portugal. I could have sworn I could see some blue on that previous car, but I might be wrong. Maybe it is Brazil. Maybe Pagan has it right. Pagan almost always gets it right on the first guess, and then we prove him wrong, and then we prove him right. Yeah, Colombia has yellow plates, but I don't think Brazil does. We're definitely in Brazil or Portugal, right? I mean, we can't possibly be... Is there... Oh, no, this car. This car definitely has the blue and the yellow. There we go. We know Portugal has the yellow thing as well, doesn't it? Japan! Geo convalescing at home, trying to break my streak by suggesting Japan. Let's lock it in. I think we're somewhere near Tokyo. I think that does do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Alright, hang on. We've got a sign here at least. What town are we? Hello, sign. Sabugosa. Let's see if we can find that. I don't know where that is off the top of my head. Let's just go Brazil. Well, we do have to be a little bit careful because there's parts of Spain that has Brazilian. What am I saying? Portugal. Have Portuguese. My brain is falling out of my ears. Doesn't look like we could be in this part. I'm just gonna go, who gives a shit? It was, we were dead smack in the middle, no risk whatsoever. I've accidentally clicked on it. Not what we wanted. There we go, get back to this. Was it your house in Poland? Well, that'll probably be next. Watch this. In before it's Poland. It's Poland. We're locking it in. No, this is Japan. Let's see. What have we got here? We've got Kinder Kiwi Land. That makes... Okay, so German and New Zealand. Let's get to this sign. What have we got here? Ron... Oh, is this... Holy shit. Barcelona, Girona. Entre Ciutat. Is this... N150? Is this Spain or is this possibly an Andorra or something? East China. Andorra doesn't have the ends, does it? No. Okay, yeah, that does have the ends. Spain has the ends. I don't think we're anywhere near Andorra. But that's just it. We've had a bit of weird language going on here. Girona. We're near Girona. That's over here. Well, again, we've got to be careful around here. Because this is another country. But I don't think it is. I've been in Andorra a couple of times. And the AP7. There's the AP7. What was it? N150. Can we find the N150? Please have it not be anywhere near... I can't even see an N150 over here. N-I-I. Aye, Captain. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I think it's pretty safe. And again, let's not spend all day on it. We're actually in Barcelona, basically. Cool, let's keep going. Alright, get your guesses in, chat. I'll do a quick spin. I'll even look at this sign for you. That should probably give it away completely. Unless that just is a Hanover bank that lives everywhere. No, I think we're in Germany again. But let's see. Let's not go nuts. Oh, hang on. Am I thinking of somewhere else? Isn't Hanover in Germany? Oh, there it is. I knew it was in Germany. God, I'm always second guessing myself. I'm a bit like Pagan. The first guess is usually right, and then I talk myself out of it, and then sort of we work our way back to being, oh, of course it's Germany. But anyway. Yeah, there was a... Sorry, I thought that was... I could see that pretty clearly, but this sign here said Belzig direction Hanover. Mecklenburgische. And given that Hanover is dead smack in the middle of it all, I don't think we can possibly be somewhere else, but we got to be careful. That's not good enough. That might just be a Hanover company in Belgium or something. I don't know. I don't know what the chances are here. That's just going to be someone's name. Oh, true. You know, you and Alt, I think, both said Galapagos Islands, and you had to tell me where they were, because I didn't really know. And, yeah, it turned out to be Galapagos Islands. So, yesterday, I think you, like, we were just on a road, and you said Lithuania, and then we realized it had the lines across the thing, and then we spent 20 minutes trying to prove it was Latvia, when it ended up being Lithuania. And now we know, and a couple of times yesterday, we learnt that Lithuania has the lines over the words as well. I haven't had Greenland. No, we were looking at Greenland because Ivalu's from Greenland. We're just looking at that in Google Maps. It wasn't part of the streak. Apparently, and unfortunately, Greenland's not part of the country streaks. Which is outrageous. Why can't I read any of this? Buchholz? Are these suburbs of Hanover? Buchholz. Alright, done. Good enough for me. Boom, Hanover. Alright, let's get our first guesses in. I can almost read that sign. We're in the municipality of Kalatagan. Okay. I've never had Greenland, but having done, you can do a Greenland, you know, exploration game. It would be trivial. There is nowhere on Earth that looks like Greenland. You just load in and, okay, this is one of the 5 towns they've got on Greenland, so I'm guessing they haven't bothered to add it to Streak View, to the streaks, I don't know. Lian, Balayan, we're driving on the right. We've got, what have we got here? English, Batangas. I think Indonesia is on the left. And then we've got Municipality of Kalatagan. Could this be... Okay, looks like a claw. Could it be Philippines? With this much English? Is that a claw? Not really. Yeah, well, now we know Galapagos. Now we know San Marino. Lian, I feel like I've heard of before. Balayan, Batangas City. Oh, hang on a second. There's one of these places that everything is city something. Okay, it's not that one then. I've been here before. I've had this before. Fuck, where is it? Was it Philippines? Oh yeah, Valencia City, Davao City. I think we're in the Philippines. Let's see if we can prove that. Patagan City, we've got to find it. Batangas City has got to be here. Some Tacloban City. They love their cities here. I think they think, well, if I put a name city on this tiny little fucking town, then it's probably more important than it actually is. No, it's the Philippines. Everything's in English. Everything would be in French Vietnamese in Vietnam, I think. Yeah, we found Batangas. That'll do. Excellent. That's 124. Let's move on. First guesses. I'm gonna go Sweden. Because these red houses almost seem to be always Sweden these days, even though I used to think they were always Norway. Let's go towards the red house. Svalbard. Ivalu's guessed the US. Not a bad guess. I mean, it is only one red house. I thought it was going to be a lot of red houses. Oh, this is probably... the I-420, perhaps? Yeah, and it's got road, so definitely English. So yeah, I think you might be right about US. Have we got any flags? How patriotic are you? Are we going to have to deport you, or are you from Canada? Oh, he has got a flag. Patriotic Canadian. Oh, patriotic North Korean. I'm gonna guess Canada. That's probably a Canadian flag, and that's probably I don't fucking know what. Alright. Let's see. Which way looks like there's civilization? You know what? I'm gonna go back to this sign. Because when we were looking at Canada the other day, I mean, 162 and 420 might be actual streets, roads somewhere. Although we did determine that they've got the same numbering all over the place, so it's not going to really help. I'm gonna pencil it in. I think that's a Canadian flag, not an American flag, but I can't really see. I would be lying if I said it was. Obviously Canada. Let's see if we can find... We've got a water tower up here, I think. Did I see? Maybe not. Thought maybe we had a bit of a town here. We do have a bit of a town. Not exactly I4, that might almost be I4Q1, TWP Road 162. You could see this being near Calgary, okay. I mean, it's definitely pretty flat and, you know, a bit of a lake over there, although that might just be a reservoir. Let's see if any of these signs want to help us out. Welcome to Shula. Well, that's a sign that's going to help us out, but I mean, I don't know where Shula is. Is this showing us where they are? Would it be over here somewhere? Is this a map of their state or province? If it is, it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Look at that. That's it. Is this star where they are? These are the kind of clues I like. In which case we'd be over here somewhere. Can't see like the 140. Not far from Calgary. That was definitely correct. Maximum sign. Yeah, this is the kind of clues I like, where they just give you a sign with a map on it. I'm not seeing it exactly, so let's look at it again. There's this little blob here. And then we're, I don't know, sort of over here. I don't know. I think we're there somewhere. Oh, we're all the way down the bottom of that state. There it is. Anyway, I don't know what that star was then. They just wanted to make out that they were closer to Calgary than they actually were. Let's keep going. Let's just keep going. What's your first guesses here? I'll do a spin around. I'll even look at this. Everything's in English. Bunch of Asian possible people, but yeah, these guys look Asian as well. Everyone looks Asian. Everything's in English. We've got this flag here. I don't even know what flag that is. Is that the Singapore flag? Because I think we're in Singapore, but I don't actually know what the Singapore... That is the Singapore. I've never even looked at the Singapore flag. Shit. Singapore's usually so guessable just by, it's English with Asian people, it's Singapore. Definitely Singapore. Let's see if we can find anything interesting. Don't think we'll find any reindeer shitting on the side of the road, which was shown to us yesterday by someone. I think it was you, Geo. Which, you know, every country should have a reindeer shitting on the side of the road, if you ask me. So what's this? North Bridge Road Market. That's a good point, Ivalu, you know? Then again, it's good for us GeoGuessr people. I guess, I mean, in one sense, if you've been driving along a road in Canada for the last 8 hours because there's been nothing else and you arrive somewhere, it's like, oh, I could be anywhere now. I could be in America. You had a polar bear in town? Awesome. Was that dangerous? Is it dangerous to have a polar bear in town? Or does everyone just like, hey, cool, nice little buddy? I do hear that they're pretty nasty if they want to be. Singapore. There we go. 126. First guesses. You know, I'm going to go immediately UK, but I could be wrong. We've got yellow on the back of the cars. We're driving on the left. Oh, Singer again, you think? It is, you're right, it is Singapore. I know these street signs, I've seen them before. Wow, straight a double. We do it. I used to always get doubles, and now I thought maybe they'd fix something. I don't think it's fucking broken. How do you get Singapore twice? It's over 100 countries on this planet. I mean, that actually makes sense. If it was truly random, you'd quite often get doubles. Alright, that's Singapore, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You go into lockdown, okay. At least you don't go out and try and kill it or anything, because that would be, you know, the American way of doing things. And the Australian, and just about anywhere else. You got South Africa 4 times. You know, you get to the point with those, you know, with doubles like that, where you just go, look, it can't possibly be South Africa again, even though it's obviously South Africa. Singapore again. All right, immediate guesses. Let's see. I'm just gonna go, well, the obvious one is Italy. That all looks Italian writing as well. These signs aren't going to help us because it's some hotel being an arsehole putting a bunch of signs, although the first one is Italian, so that's usually the way it goes. And that's Milano. This is the... Oh, it said Milano on the sign here. I thought maybe you recognize this obelisk here. One of the many towns in Europe that has stolen Egyptian artifacts and put them in the middle of their cities. We've got the Piazza del Popolo. Let's go see if we are. I don't know if we're in Milan because of that. That was just a shop. But you don't have pizza there? Dude, like, fuck the lockdown, fuck COVID, get on a bus, get on a boat, get on a helicopter, whatever you have to do to get out of Greenland, and go get yourself a pizza, mate. Best food in the world. Arctic mummies, there you go. Let's see, is there a thing here somewhere? Look, it doesn't matter, we're in Italy. We weren't, we're in Rome. I was going to say that... Ooh! No! Oh, look at this! I thought it was telling me I was in the Vatican. I wasn't. Fuck, it scared the shit out of me. I thought we'd done. I thought we were done! What is going on here? That's Vatican over there. Why has this got a fucking, a thing surrounding it like that? The Vatican's here! Get the shit out of me, Geo. I thought we were done. Crazy. Alright. First guesses, red houses. I'm gonna go Sweden. You know what? I'm gonna go Canada again. Just for the shit of it. Didn't Canada have those yellow lines? Norway. Okay, Norway's my used to be my if I see a red house. Here we go. It is Norway, is it? I think that says .no. Well, this truck is from Norway. Yellow lines is Norway, okay. And the mountains, yeah, Sweden's flatter than Norway. I've heard that before. Should have just gone with my usual Norway guess. But I talked myself out of it immediately. Gjelstad. And it was a .no, but it was on a truck. I don't like trusting trucks, I really don't. A green number plate at this point would be fucking sick. As we say in Australia. Hold on a second, chat. I just need to open my blinds. Get a little bit of the last remaining natural light into here. There we go. That's what we like. Natural light. Will we find... Oh, I was going to say, will we find a green number plate? I'm actually looking at one. It's Norway. I think we can lock it in. We're rushing to 130. That was 129. All right. This will be the last one for the day. I think we've done an epic, we've done God's work today because that fucking Galapagos Islands one was insane. What have we got here? We've got, at this stage, looks like Thai writing. But a little bit too blurry for my liking. That looks like Thai. Thai with the U's and the N's, as I like to call them. But that's just my extreme ignorance. Oh, we can't get to this sign, can we? We can. There we go. Looks really Thai to me, but again, as you say, could be Indonesian. I don't really know how to tell them apart, although Indonesian usually has a fair bit of English writing around, I think. Norwegian from that, you should listen... Kollekviet. Hey, oh yeah, size matters. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean when I say it's got English. I mean, Latin. And quite often in Indonesian towns, there'll be English writing, just straight up English writing. I don't know why, especially Bali and all that, because it's a tourist place for Westerners. That doesn't look like a good place to go. The landscape looks Thai, but then again, it looks Indonesian too. A song in English about Norwegian language. Okay, I'll look it up. Kollektivet. Well, you know, my brief tour of Greenland in Google Maps, I don't think I saw a single sign. I mean, a couple of shops had their names on it, but like street signs or anything like that, couldn't find anything. No town names, no nothing. Oh, that. Is that the shape of Thailand? Is that a map of Thailand inside that circle there? Okay, suddenly this writing doesn't look Thai at all. But you don't really need street signs, do you? There's not that many streets in the towns, and you get to know where you are by... what was this saying? That looks very Thai. That font of writing looks extremely Thai to me. We're driving on the left, so, well, that doesn't narrow it down, does it? We're not Cambodia, at least. Yep. I think we're in Thailand. We're not going to get much writing that I'm going to be able to read to prove we're in Thailand, but I think we're going to, you know, I'm pretty happy with 129. If we crash out now because we're being lazy and can't be bothered figuring out which which country we're in, yeah, I imagine it would be pretty hard to get lost, but, well, I mean, if you walked out of the town, I think you'd quite easily get lost, wouldn't you? There's not much in the center of Greenland, is there? It's just wilderness and ice. Basically north of the wall in Game of Thrones. It's just wildlings out there. Is it a flag? No, it's a building in the background. A flag would be nice. Definitely looks like Thai. You just walked the way you came. Okay, fair enough. There we go, Thai flag. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. Let's go. 130. Can't complain about that. Epic. Epic. We're doing well, chat. We're doing well. I don't know that we can complain about that. We had an absolute murder on our hands there with the Galapagos Islands, but we got together, I pressed the button, you guys figured it out, although, you know, you didn't know for sure. I didn't know for sure. We did see that nice caldera on the map itself, which seemed to match quite a bit, but, and of course the whole tortoises and Galapagos Island. So anyway, thank you for chatting, thank you for watching, thank you for lurking, thank you for existing, thank you for teaching me all about Greenland and all the countries that you come from. Whatever Geo just said, yes, enjoy the rest of your days, everyone. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the rest of my evening, but I'm going to try and pick up my brain from the floor where it has gradually leaked out my ear. And yeah, we're going to do all this again probably tomorrow. I'm really enjoying GeoGuessr. And yeah, we're still streaking. We're still going. When I started streaming GeoGuessr about a week and a half ago, or whenever it was, I think, well, we're at zero. We're at zero, obviously, and we've done 130 countries in about a week. Yeah, here's to everyone. Here, I'll have a shot of water. Nothing in here, but I'll pretend there is anyway. Thank you for watching. Au revoir, goodbye. Maybe that was a little bit not enough smiling. We've got to find a happy medium between me smiling and saying bye and not smiling, because, you know. Oh, I don't know if streaking's illegal in France. We're pretty It's pretty relaxed around here. Anyway, bye!